Hey Steph, it's Thursday, and today I'm going to talk to you about a YouTube channel called Crash Course and something awesome that happened with them this week. So first of all, I want to make a couple of apologies. I'm a little bit sick right now. I've got a holes in my mouth, so my voice is a little bit off. Secondly, I want to apologize for the construction noises you may hear in the background of this video. There's construction going on outside my house, and there's little to nothing I can do about it. Today I'm going to talk about Crash Course, which is a video series, an educational video series put on by two brothers, Hank and John Green, and they're actually the motivation for me asking you to start this channel. They're the guys who do Vlogbrothers. So Crash Course got some news today that they're actually going to be joining PBS Digital Studios, which is a wing of PBS that puts that has a few YouTube channels that puts content online. Again, it's interesting content. There's a couple of PBS Digital Studios channels I watch. There's one called It's Okay to Be Smart, where they explain scientific topics like stuff like Ebola. They've done space travel in movies, that kind of thing. There's another channel called PBS Idea Channel, and every week they take a look at an interesting idea to do with popular culture and they talk about it. Things like anime, things like 24-hour news networks was a recent episode they did. It's a really great idea as well. These channels are all very educational, but they're at a level that's easy for anyone to approach. So John and Hank Green, the brothers that do Vlogbrothers, have also been running Crash Course for the last 2 years. It's a really awesome project. It was started 2 years ago by some money that YouTube had to put together 100 really amazing and informative channels. And when YouTube cut their funding, or cut the funding for this YouTube program that they were a part of, they fundraised through a website called Subbable. They've done a series of videos on chemistry, on ecology, on world history, on US history. Right now they're doing a series called Big History, which basically looks at the history of the universe through to humans into the future. And I just think it's, like, I've watched all of the videos and I just think it's so cool that they're getting a chance to make educational content. They're specifically targeting this stuff towards students and towards schools. So they break up the videos into about 10-minute segments that focus on a topic, and they try to talk about it in an interesting way, and they use animation. It's just a really, really great idea, and it's so awesome to see people putting together stuff like this. So this money from PBS is just so incredible that they were able to get, that they're going to actually be able to make 2 new shows. They're going to have one on astronomy, and they're going to have one on the US government. The one on astronomy is going to be created by a really famous astronomer. He's had his own show, his own mini-series on the Discovery Channel. His name is Phil Plait, and he's a really awesome scientist, and he makes things very interesting but accessible. And so all this new content is going to be developed, or is being developed, specifically for educational institutions, things like schools, even as low as elementary school, which is just, it's so great because school has become kind of separated from learning. The whole point of school these days is to get good grades, and there's not too much that goes into keeping kids interested. When the kids are actually the most important part of this, it's the most important that kids are interested to learn more. And so these videos, the fact that they're 10 to 14 minutes long, and they have animations, and they're very brightly colored, and they're exciting, and they're not dull and boring like history normally is when it's taught in a classroom. It's so amazing. And again, as I mentioned, I've gone through all these video series, and they're just so great to watch. Even for a fully grown adult, you learn so much every episode. So yeah, I'm definitely going to recommend, I'm going to put a link in the description here, but go check out Crash Course because it's so great. And I know you've been busy lately, but I really recommend you check it out. So on the note of you being really busy, it has been 3 weeks, possibly 4, since you put out a video. So I think that means it's time for me to recommend a punishment for you. So basically, I've talked to you a little bit since your last video, and you apparently have gone through a couple of big changes in your life. And so I want to hear about those changes. So that's what I'm going to suggest you make a video about. And also, if you want a hard punishment, I'm going to put a little dare in there to sing a Taylor Swift song off her new album, because I love the album and I love your singing voice, and I'm excited to hear what you can come up with. All right, I love you, and I'll see you next Monday. Bye.